Getting set for a three-game series in State Line, Nevada between the Rapid City Rush and the Tahoe Night Monsters. Rush looking to get back in the win column after 2 out of 3 over Idaho last week. Dave Smith, Rush head coach and GM alongside. Good weekend over Idaho, your first series win of the year. You won the first 2, lost game 3 by 1 goal, a 2-1 result. What'd you like about last weekend, getting 4 points out of 6?
I thought we were very good, 7 of 9 periods. I thought we were, the bottom part of our game was okay, and I thought we saw a lot of good things out of our game. So, the consistency of effort has been there, and that's the foundation of any good team. So let's build on that.
You've talked about winning A games and B games. Were your Wednesday and Friday games pretty close to A games?
Yeah, I mean you're getting there. I mean it's so hard, and I know we said we're not going to talk too much about power play and penalty kill every night, but it's hard to know because our 5-on-5 hockey has been very good. We haven't had glaring mistakes. We haven't done anything really poorly 5-on-5. We're not covering up those mistakes with power play goals and special teams.
You did so on Friday night, scored 2 power play goals for the first time, but also over the course of those 3 games, your PK was 12 for 14, so not a bad week for the PK as well.
Yeah, I think that those things go hand in hand, and you see, if you have an extra guy or they have an extra guy, those are monumental points of a game, and to go 12 of 14 was good for our group and build some confidence in that.
How about the goaltending as well? Connor Murphy, Arseny Sergiev both playing well and both got wins.
Yeah, I thought they played very solid, and again, we've had really good goaltending all year, no complaints whatsoever, and really happy with what those guys have brought to the table, practice and games.
Ryan Wagner named ECHL Player of the Month. He's the second member of the Rush to win Player of the Month just in 2025. Blake Bennett doing so, his line mate back in February. I know he won't talk about it much. He's focused on winning, but you can talk about him and the goals that he had and the month that he had in November. 10 goals in 12 games is pretty impressive.
We talk a lot about his leadership. We talk about a lot of him as a captain and what he does for others, but the way the puck was coming off his stick was special. To hear guys on the bench say, how does he do that? Oh my goodness, he did it again. Wow, look at that. They're all elite hockey players, and that guy just, Wags was a cut above the rest in that month. It was fun to be a part of.
You said he has a gift coming off his stick. What is that gift?
I don't know if I could replicate it. Maybe I'd still be playing at this age. But he sees the spot. He's able to put the puck in a spot. He's able to release it through traffic. All of those things combined together at a high speed with limited time and space. It's just that's a gift. That's a special thing.
You weren't doing that in Dayton back in the day?
No.
Ohio State?
I had some goals, but none quite like any that he scored. Ryan, the game is so much different now, but he's picking spots and doing things that are surprising really good goaltenders.
What allows him to be so consistent, too? We say 10 goals in 12 games. That's pretty good. But he scored a goal in 10 out of 12 games in November. First member of Rush history in the ECHL era ever to do that.
He has the puck. It's almost like the puck is on a string, and he's very much a high possession guy. And when he gets an opportunity to score, he doesn't pass. He takes that chance. He knows where the puck is going. He knows what the situation is. He knows what guys are around him, and it's just that consistency of knowing where he is and how he can score with his shot, his release, and the space on the ice. So all those things came together very nicely for him.
Can playing with someone like Blake Bennett, who's been his line mate throughout his time, and the release that Blake knows, we all know it's incredible, can that elevate his game even more?
Well, I think what happens is when you have 3 weapons, and Brett Davis is a heck of a good player on that line as well, is that you can't just key on one guy. You can't just take a shot from a guy in an area away, and it opens up the ice for each other. So yeah, the fact that those guys are super smart hockey players, they possess the puck well, and they all have the ability to score and pass is a really good thing for them and us.
You're facing really good offenses and top 1 or 2 teams now 3 straight weeks. Kansas City, Idaho led the league, still lead the league in shots on goal. Tahoe now leads the league in goals, but you gave up just 2 goals each of your last 2 games. What must you guys do defensively, and what have you liked these last few games against KC and now Idaho and Tahoe?
Well, I think always when you think about goals against, you've got to start with your goaltender, and you mentioned it already. Our goaltending's been very good. I think we made a couple tweaks into our system and how we're defending a certain part of the ice, and that's made a big difference for us. And our transition game, we're not giving up, even though we give up a couple. I mean, a couple is too many for coaches and players, but we're not giving any one consistent area up. And when you play these good offenses, you've got to be dialed in all the areas. So, and I believe that we are.
It's not like college football where strength of schedule matters in your positioning. It's all about wins and losses. Do you like the fact that you really have played playoff teams throughout the entire season, and Tahoe's the top team in the Western Conference right now?
Well, we've talked about, it's my first year. Every night's a tough night. Everybody's a good team, and everybody's well coached. So whatever we've got to do to come out on top more often than not, that's what we're doing. And if there is teams that aren't as good or aren't as prepared or aren't as healthy, I'll welcome them. We'll take the wins however we get them. I'm not going to pick and choose, but playing against good teams means that you have to bring your game. And I think we've been doing that, but we want to keep doing it.
Speaking of guys who are healthy and good to go for their first road game as a member of the Rush, Etienne Morin is on the trip. Calgary's prospect, draft pick a couple of years ago. We talked about his youthful energy and his desire to score and do well. How nice will that be having him on the road for this series?
Yeah, he changes our puck possession and our passing ability in the back end. He sees the ice, he moves the puck well. He's really a gifted skater. So as soon as he goes into the lineup, we've seen the last couple of games, it changes our dynamic in our transition game and in our offensive game and on the power play as well.
If you look at him just as a person, you'll think, 20 years old. He looks like he's 20, but on the ice it seems like he looks like a lot older.
He does see the game very well. I think he's learning professional hockey and learning what it's like to play against men, and he's really been intelligent with his game and growing his game and working at his game, and even working at the things off the ice. So it's been great to watch his growth, and he continues to learn and grow, and it's nice to see that talent level in the Rush Uni.
This your first time in Lake Tahoe?
First time in Lake Tahoe.
You told me it reminded you of Lake Placid. What do you think of the town?
Well, I haven't seen a lot here, and it's windy and bitter cold so far in our walk over together. But, we went to Lake Placid, Susan and I did on our honeymoon, and this looks like a great place for lots of activity, whether it be gambling or the lake or the mountains and skiing. Just a really a nice part of the world.
Have you ever skied in a place like this before? Colorado, Nevada, Utah, anything like that?
I have skied, but not in a long time.
I'd crash and burn too, so you're not alone. All right, keys for victory here. Tahoe, obviously a good team. You guys are rolling. Game 1 of the series.
Well, we want to play in behind them, which means play in the offensive zone, get pucks in behind their D, and then that consistent managed pucks. Tahoe is a very mature team that if you turn pucks over in the neutral zone, they'll make you pay. So let's make sure we clean exits, clean entries again.
Dave, good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.